Hey Scorpio, hope you're all well. Welcome to my channel. Your energy has been very strong in my field in the last couple of days and has also been coming out in some of the other readings. So I felt called to do a check-in for you today. So this is going to be a general check-in reading for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and other strong placements. If you are not sure where your placements are, then you can check out the description box below. And there's a link where you can get a free birth chart analysis. So Scorpio, let's see what's going on. Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth and new cycles, destruction and creation. And that has been a very strong theme for me in my own life recently. Just rebirthing, recreating, unlearning, relearning. So thank you for your energy, Scorpio. Okay, so let's see what's going on. I am doing personal readings again. So if any of you are interested and if this resonates with you, then you can reach out. My details are also below. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what is going on. Scorpio, Queen of Wands, Aries energy, the energy of creation and sensuality. Capricorn energy, major arcana, the Devil card. And the Judgment card, that is a card of Scorpio. Thank you, Spirit. So let's unpack one card at a time, Scorpio, but this is what has come out for you today. 2 major arcana, which means divine guidance or divine intervention of some sort. Capricorn, Scorpio, and Aries energy here. So you could be dealing with an Aries or a Capricorn, or you could have any of those placements strongly in your chart. But let's start with the Queen of Wands and then we'll put the story together, Scorpio. Queen of Wands, card of Aries. Aries is a fire sign. It is the first sign of the zodiac. So, you might be initiating something, Scorpio, trying to recreate, as I spoke about, death and rebirth. This feels like a rebirth to me, especially given the other cards. The Queen of Wands is a creator. She is alluring. She is sensual, very spiritual, fire energy, very confident in her own abilities, confident in her own right, in what she brings to the world. And I'm saying she, but this is, the feminine energy in the card. And we all have masculine and feminine. So, it relates to all of those aspects. But I'm feeling like there's a need to let go of something and allow this energy to come in for new creation in your life, Scorpio. There is a feeling here of heaviness is what I'm getting with the Capricorn card, which we'll get into just now. But for some reason, I'm getting the release of a difficult cycle, maybe something that has been draining you of your energy and needing to step out of that and move into something new, something that aligns with your energy, something that feeds your energy as well, and that supports creativity and supports creation or art, Scorpio. What I'm also feeling or wanting to say, and what's coming through from my guides and your guides, is that you do have the power to do this. That might resonate for some of you. You do have the ability and you do have the strength and the emotional courage to be able to step into whatever this change is. I'm saying it's a change because the card of Capricorn is here. It is the devil card. I mean, it doesn't have to represent the literal devil in your life, but what it means, what this devil card actually means, is that there's a spectrum of this card. It can be behaviors, it can be habits that don't serve you, all the way through to heavy addiction, substance addiction, or addiction to things that are distracting you from your purpose, Scorpio. So there's something that's wanting to be birthed within you, but there's been a strong distraction away from that, whatever that is, whatever resonates for you. The devil is normally representative of that distraction, of the lower level energies, guilt, shame, fear as well. And I don't like to say lower level because those energies definitely have a place in our journey, in our growth. But, if you look at the pyramid of frequency and where those energies sit, they usually sit with very heavy, dense energy and low vibrational frequency. So that's where I'm coming from when I say the lower energies. And this could be, I heard shame for some of you as well. Not feeling secure enough in your own ability to be able to move forward, not feeling secure enough in your own intuition. And Scorpio, you are probably, next to Pisces, the most intuitive sign in the whole zodiac. A very deep water sign. Your emotions run very deep. You might not always show it. In fact, Scorpios don't like to display their emotions. You'd prefer to keep them to yourself. But you are deeply intuitive as a water sign, a very emotional sign as well. So when these energies do present themselves, fear, shame, guilt, addiction of any sort, it can take you deep into a rabbit hole, Scorpio. But that is not what is it. It's not going to prevent you from moving forward, is what I'm feeling. They are there for a reason. They show up to bring us lessons, to bring us guidance, to show us what still needs to be healed within us. Some of you might be doing shadow work, looking at what are those wounds and obstacles and challenges, limiting beliefs as well, that prevent you from living your best life. And that I feel strongly with the Queen of Wands energy here. And some of you might have a very prominent feminine figure in your life supporting you through this. Or it could be someone that you know that is going through this. Take whatever resonates with you, Scorpio. But I see a strong matriarchal energy holding space for you here as you go through this. And this could also be your own feminine that you are tapping into. Why I say that this isn't something to be afraid of or to get stuck in, Scorpio, and your tendency is to kind of go down that rabbit hole and stay there for a while. But with the Judgment card here, and the Judgment card is a card of Scorpio, I see that this is going to be very freeing for you, and you are going to be able to release this. Your higher self is working in the background with you. It might not always feel like it. It might feel like very burdensome and very overwhelming at times for some of you, because I'm getting some difficult energy coming through. But Spirit is guiding, your higher self is guiding, and you will overcome this. We all go through different judgment cycles, and this can be self-flagellation as well. Scorpios, you are really good at doing that, at criticizing yourself. What I'm hearing Spirit say is to tame the voices in your mind that are telling you that you can't, that you are not worthy, that you are not good enough, that whatever it is that you're wanting to do is not going to work, that you can't release yourself from this emotion, if it is heavy emotion, that you can't release yourself from an addiction that is not serving you. You absolutely can, Scorpio. And if you need, extra support in that, don't be afraid to reach out, because of judgment. And a lot of us are afraid to speak up about what is really going on for fear of being judged, for fear of being outcast or ridiculed. What I'm feeling is that you are being held and that you are being supported. And you have a lot of support, Scorpio, if you feel called to reach out right now. There's a lot of light coming through in this card as well. And, we are all shadow and light. And we have to embrace both aspects of that. And that's what Scorpio does so beautifully for all the signs in the zodiac, for all the souls in the zodiac, is to show us, those shadows that actually support and feed our light as well. And when we when we embrace them, Scorpio, that is also when we are able to also embrace our gifts and our light and our unique signature and what we have to offer this world. I feel for some of you, and this is a very specific message, but there could be, because the shadow side of and since we're talking about shadow and light, the shadow side of the Queen of Wands can be very manipulative. And for some of you, there might be, a person in your close circle that is quite emotionally manipulative. And I say this is a very specific message, so it might not resonate for all of you. But that manipulation is coming to light. I think you're starting to see what it is that you are getting out of this relationship, and it feels like suppression. And that is a very specific message. I just got that energy quite strongly, that your own being and your own sense of self is being suppressed through this manipulation, if that resonates. We all have, reactions to when this happens. And it's not only fight, flight, and freeze. What I'm getting is fawn. Almost like Stockholm Syndrome, when you are so used to and comfortable with this form of behavior, especially if it's someone that we love deeply, that it becomes natural to you and almost an expectation, and you don't know what it feels like without that. It's natural to grieve that when it's gone, or to feel guilty about wanting a different state of being. But what I'm getting is that you are now coming to the realization that that is something that is holding you down and that needs to be released. Sure, Scorpio, that was quite heavy. And again, this might not resonate for all of you, so please take what resonates and what doesn't. Just leave what doesn't. So I'm just going to get an overall energy for the reading. And wow, it fell out. I'm not going to take it because I wasn't ready, but the Death card. And that's another major arcana, you know, card of Scorpio. There's a lot of major arcana here. So definitely something divine going on. There is divine intervention in the situation. And maybe it is through prayer or through hermiting or going within Scorpio that these realizations are coming to you. These cards might seem scary, but they are not at all. Death is actually a beautiful card to get because it means that there's an opportunity for rebirth. But an overall card for Scorpio, please, Spirit. If this resonated at all, and if you would like a personal reading to unpack, you know, whatever you're going through, please reach out. Wow, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful way to end this reading, Scorpio, because beyond the veil of, you know, all those lower vibrational things that you might be feeling or going through is the opportunity to be fully released in the Ten of Cups energy. The Ten of Cups is the ultimate emotional fulfillment. It is the happy family, the happy home. It doesn't have to be family, but it's emotional peace and a deep sense of peace from within. It's also the culmination of a cycle. And I feel like with these energies, Scorpio, you've been working really hard to get to the sense of emotional peace. And that work is going to pay off, Scorpio. That's a beautiful way to end the reading. I think also to remind you to surround yourself with people, experiences, and things that feed your energy and bring you happiness. You don't have to allow anything to bring you down. You are beautiful, Scorpio, and you deserve this, is what I'm hearing. So sending you so many blessings. Again, if you'd like a personal reading, please reach out. And see you next time, Scorpio.